So I got this Casio watch, and it is the STL-S100H. It has the module 3425, and as you can see, it has a steel back with 4 screws. It is water resistant down to 10 bar, and I'm never gonna be able to test that, but it's good to know. And it's made in China. I mean, it's not a surprise. Let's turn around. So I got this watch because my smartwatch dies after 2 days, so I needed something to use while it's charging. So I got this watch mainly because it's a Casio, which is God tier, and it's solar. And I believe this is the cheapest solar watch. It has a lot of features. Actually, going about the price, it's listed for $45 Canadian on Amazon, and I got this for 27 and some change plus taxes, obviously, and that's because it is the Amazon deal, warehouse deal. That is, I believe this was a return, but it looks brand new, and it came in the traditional Casio blue box. It has all the instructions and stuff, and it even had like the sticker on the front, and it has this stand which I use still to if I'm not wearing the watch, I just point it up like this and let my desk lamp shine on it to charge it. But even if you put this in a drawer, apparently the power reserves, if it's fully charged, can last months, like more than half a year. I believe the number is 7 or 8 months, which is just ridiculous. So yeah, very low maintenance watch, and it's yeah, you don't have to worry about the batteries, I guess, until the 10th year. Then maybe the battery, rechargeable battery that is, needs to be replaced. So for the feature, it has obviously all digital display here, and it has huge digits, and this is why I went with this one, because it's easy to read, unlike the hybrid ones that has a manual hand, the analog hands, and a small LCD display at the bottom or something, and it's the digital display is so hard to read because it's so tiny. But this one is pretty good, and on top of that, it has all the information. As you can see, it has the day of the week at the top there, full time, and then the full date as well, year, month, and day. And then you can see if there are some of the here is daylight saving time, and then in the I got music note there crossed out, means it doesn't beep when I'm pressing buttons. And then I have some alarms, and it has sig. I think it means that it has it chimes every hour. So yeah. And okay, and it has 4 buttons on the sides here, and then one for the start lap on the front there, which is odd because G-Shocks, this button here is usually reserved for the light, and then everything else here, which would have made sense because when you're using the stopwatch, you press this button to start, and then the stop is there. So, and then when you're making adjustment, you press these 2 buttons, and then this thing remains the light, which is just weird to me. But anyways, that's what they went with, and let's just go through the modes. So to switch the mode, you have the button here on the bottom left edge, not corner because it's circular. But anyways, by default it's showing the time, and then you go mode. This is stopwatch, and then you can start the stopwatch by pressing this button, and then you can see the animation of a running person there. It's pretty neat. And then you press this button to stop, and then again to clear it. So next one is a place to record your stopwatches. Here I guess you have 12 slots, but I never use that. I do use the stopwatch. And then you have a timer here, and you can adjust the timer by pressing adjust, and you can press the top stop button to lower the value, and then the start lap to increase the value. And this is what I was saying, it's kind of weird that they have the start here and then the start here. This should have been here. Anyways, we go press mode again. This is the world time. I currently have it set to Seoul, which is almost 6 o'clock in the morning. And then obviously you have other options. You press this is a Taipei Press start again to go back. Oh, Tokyo. Okay, so yeah. And then press the button alarm. You have 5 alarms. I currently have 3 on. Now the annoying thing is that you cannot choose which day the alarms will go off. So I normally wake up 8 o'clock in the weekdays, but it's still gonna ring on the weekends. But it's not a big deal. And then you're back at the time. Now to adjust the time is pretty easy. You press this button here, and then first thing is shown is the time zone. In this case, LAX, and then you press stop to switch it over. And the next button, if you've chosen your time zone, you press mode, and then here you can choose whether or not daylight saving time is on. It is on for me, so I leave it on. And then 24 hours or 12 hours, I like to have it 24, because when you have it showing the 12 hours, the P is really small. So anyways, I'm just accustomed to 24 hours anyway, so that one's fine. And then you can adjust the time: seconds, hours, minutes, the year, the month, and then the day of the month. And then mute, I believe, is for the button, so I don't like it to beep every time I press any button, so that's that. And then LT is light time, so I have it at 3 seconds. The other option is 1 second, and then 3 again. I wish they have more options, but that's what they have. And then power saving is off, and turn it on if you want, and that's it. You're back to the beginning. So press adjust to go out of changing the settings, and yeah. And then you heard it beep because it's 2 o'clock, so that's how it sounds like. Now for the dimension, admittedly is a very chunky watch. So thickness wise, sorry, my battery for my vernier caliper is dead, so it's 15 millimeters on the thickest. So as you can see on the side, there is protection for the middle, so it gets really thick, and it's really thick to begin with on the sides here. But yeah, it's really pretty chunky. And for the diameter, it's, what's that, 45.5 millimeters, so that's pretty chunky. And if you take into account the buttons, it's 46 and a bit, so yeah. And so lug to lug without the strap is 52. With the strap, and it's hard to bend it, 58. So it's a chunky watch. And if I were to wear it, so there it is on my wrist. My wrist is 7-inch in circumference, so it's not ridiculous, but it is definitely chunky. And you can see that it sticks out not much. And the thing I don't really like is that there's a gap between the strap and my wrist there. But yeah, but it doesn't stick out too much. So, and I kind of like it to wear loose, but if I make it tighter, no, it's fine. It's not ridiculous. For comparison here, I have Timex Expedition. I can't remember the exact one. It's the one with the compass, tide, and temperature. This one is pretty chunky, but it doesn't have a lot of protrusion, so it looks, so they're similar size, but the Casio looks a little bit smaller because it has a smaller face. And that's how it looks like with my Galaxy Watch 4. It's thinner. It has a lot of scratches, but I have one of those ring bezel stick-ons to protect the watch. So, and I replaced the the strap here. Speaking of straps, it's made out of resin. It's not the most comfortable watch, also, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt too much. I mean, if I could, I would put the this silicone watch here that came with my Galaxy watch, but it doesn't fit because this one is 20 millimeters and this one's 18 millimeters. But yeah, it's one of those things I'm probably gonna replace. But for now, it's totally fine. Comfort is okay. It's kind of stiff, but it's not that bad. And you know, I probably won't replace until it's looking like it's starting to crack. Then yeah, sure. Anyways, this watch is really nice. It's a lot of watch for the money. Has everything. Oh, the one I didn't show is the light. Let me. That's how it looks. So it's not the best light. It's pretty old school, unlike the indigo type of the Timex. So that one's pretty nice. But it works, and it's a cheap watch, and it's solar, so it's low maintenance. And yeah, and I'm already looking for other Casio watch. It's like a gateway drug. Anyways, here's the Casio STL-S100H, and yeah, come back for more videos. Bye now.